The Ice Widow's curse. In the remote Alaskan village of Tundra Falls, Christmas Eve was a time of both celebration and caution. The villagers would gather by the fire, drink hot cider, and whisper warnings to newcomers about the Ice Widow, a spectral figure said to appear on the coldest, snowiest nights. Most dismissed the story as superstition, but for those who ignored it, the results were chilling, literally. 1. The newcomer Lena was a skeptic. Having moved from Chicago to escape the bustle of city life, she found the tales of ghosts and curses amusing. Her new cabin was isolated, perched on a snowy ridge overlooking a frozen lake. It was quaint and perfect for the solitude she craved. On Christmas Eve, a blizzard howled outside her window as Lena prepared to spend the night with hot cocoa and an old novel. Around midnight, the storm seemed to intensify. She glanced out the frosted window and paused. Across the frozen lake, in the moonlight, a figure in white stood motionless. The woman was draped in a shimmering, ice-like gown, her hair flowing like snow in the wind. Her face was pale, her features eerily sharp. Lena felt a chill, not just from the freezing temperatures but from something deeper, primal. She quickly shut the curtain. 2. The unwelcome visitor. Moments later, a loud knock echoed through the cabin. Startled, Lena froze. No one could possibly be out in such a storm. She hesitated, but the knocking came again, louder and more insistent. Grabbing a flashlight, Lena approached the door. "Hello? Who's there?" she called, her voice trembling. No answer. Against her better judgment, she cracked the door open. No one was there. Only the howling wind greeted her, carrying faint whispers that seemed to call her name. Shivering, she slammed the door and bolted it. As she turned away, she saw it, the icy figure standing on her porch, inches from the window. Her breath caught in her throat as the figure pressed a hand against the glass. Frost spiderwebbed outward from its touch, and Lena swore she heard a faint, sorrowful voice, "Let me in." 3. The legend unfolds. Desperate for answers, Lena lit a fire and scoured the village's history books she brought with her. She found a chilling entry about the Ice Widow, a young bride whose husband had drowned in the lake on their wedding day, centuries ago. Blinded by grief, she wandered into the storm, searching for him until she froze to death. Her restless spirit now haunted the village, seeking companionship on cold Christmas nights. Those who answered her call were never seen again. As Lena read, the whispers grew louder. The frost crept further across her windows, forming patterns that resembled skeletal hands. 4. The confrontation. Suddenly, the fire sputtered out, plunging the cabin into darkness. Lena's flashlight flickered as she spun around. The Ice Widow was inside. Her form glided silently across the room, her eyes hollow and glowing like blue embers. "Why won't you help me?" the spirit whispered, her voice echoing with sorrow and rage. Lena backed away, clutching a poker from the fireplace. "Stay back!" she screamed. The Ice Widow tilted her head, her expression unreadable. "You can't escape the cold. No one does." The room's temperature plummeted, frost crawling up the walls and Lena's breath forming clouds. She swung the poker, but it passed through the widow's ethereal form. The spirit lunged, her icy fingers brushing Lena's skin. A searing cold pierced her chest, and her vision blurred. 5. The aftermath. When the villagers came to check on Lena the next morning, her cabin was empty. The only sign of her was a single frost-covered handprint on the inside of the window. The legend of the Ice Widow grew that day. Some say they've seen her wandering the frozen lake, her mournful whispers carried by the wind. Others claim she watches from the tree line, waiting for her next victim. But one thing is certain, on snowy Christmas nights in Tundra Falls, it's best to stay indoors, and never answer the door after midnight.